Okay. Is I'm audible to you people? The clarity is there, dear. Here. Is I'm visible to you people? Somebody has said it is not visible also. Visible as well as audible. Is I'm visible as well as audible? Yes. Okay. Morphology of flowering plant, we were doing it. In that, we have completed root and its modification. Root and its modification. We have completed. Remember, students, this chapter, when you listen, it looks so easy and so comfortable. But when you revise it, when you leave it for 2-3 days and then you try to recollect it, you will not get it. So repeated revision is needed for this chapter. We have completed one part of a plant, that is a root. A root, that is extension of radical. We have gone through different types of root, that is tap root system, fibrous root system, and apart from that, adventitious root. And after that, we have understood about modification of root. Now we will start a next topic, that is stem. Stem is above the ground part, but there are certain plants in which underground stem is also observed. Underground stem is also observed. Now question comes, sir, you are saying the part, sometime the part which is under the ground is also a stem. What makes the difference? Why, on what basis we have to decide whether this is a stem or a root or any other part? That we will understand now. And what is the difference between a root and a stem? Root is descending part of the plant. Root is descending part of the plant. That means the root goes deeper and deeper into the soil, whereas stem is ascending part of the plant. That means it raises up, always moves towards the sky. That is, always grows in a taller and taller. A stem is ascending part, root is descending part. That is the main difference between a stem and a root. A stem is ascending part of the plant, and it produces, it bears leaf, and it bears branches. It produces branches, and it produces flowers. And apart from that, it produces fruit, and it produces seeds. All these parts are produced by the stem. It bears branches, it bears leaves, it bears flowers, it bears a fruit, it bears a seed. Now, how that this stem arises from embryo? Yesterday itself I drew a diagram. In case of a dicot plant, we'll have embryonal axis and we'll have cotyledon, and only one node. Below the node is radical, above the node plumule, extension of radical produces root, Extension of plumule produces a shoot. Extension of plumule that forms a shoot or a stem of a plant. Stem of a plant. Always, this is conditional. This is conditional. Remember, always a stem will have nodes and internodes. Nodes and internode. Node is the area from where the leaf arises. Node is the area from where leaf arises. Node is the area from where leaf arises. The part of the stem between the two nodes, the part of the stem between the two nodes is called as internode, is called as node, internode. Remember, whichever the part of the plant, if it is possessing, if it is having nodes and internode, then that is called as stem. Then that is called as a stem. If the underground part of the plant, that also, if it has nodes, then it is a stem. That's why there are some plants which possess or which will have underground stem also. The condition to declare which is a stem and which is a root, that condition to declare a root and stem is presence and absence of node and internode. If node and internodes are present, then it is a stem. If node and internodes are absent, then it is root. A stem will have nodes and internodes. Okay. And also it will have buds. Also it will have buds. What is bud? Tender growing region of the plant is called as bud. Tender growing region of the plant is called as bud. It also, a stem will also have buds. Two types of buds will be there. Two types of buds will be there. One is terminal. One is terminal. One is terminal. That is a bud that is present on the tip of a plant. A bud that is present in the tip of a plant, that is called as terminal bud. That is called as terminal bud. And also it will have buds at the axil of leaf. Also it will have a bud at the axil of leaf. What is axil, sir? Axil is a part of a plant where the leaf meets the stem. Where the leaf meets the stem. The part of a plant where the leaf is attached to the stem. That part or that angle, that is called as axil. So, bud also present in the axil of leaf, that are called as axillary bud. That are called as axillary bud. A stem will have how many types of buds? Stem will have two types of bud. What are the two types of bud? One is terminal bud, another one is axillary bud. One is terminal bud, another one is axillary bud. One is terminal bud, another one is axillary bud. What is the function of axillary bud and a terminal bud? Terminal bud keeps on increasing the length of a plant. Axillary bud is meant to produce branches, or meant to produce some flowers, meant to produce some other structures. Important characters of the stem is presence of node and internode, and important character of the stem is presence of buds, that is axillary bud and as well as terminal bud. Axillary bud and terminal buds. Stem is green in color when it is young. Stem is green in color when it is young. As it becomes older and older, it becomes thick, woody and brown. Thick, woody and brown color. These are some important characters of the stem. Now Next, what is the function of stem? Important function of a stem. What is the important? The main function of the stem. The main function of the stem. Till now we have not gone through. Till now we have not gone through. Why you are in a hurry? Why you are in a hurry? Still I'm in first paragraph. Sir, what is the difference between node and axillary bud? Node is the region from where a leaf arises. Bud is a meristematic tissue or one tender part from where the growth can take place. From where the growth can take place. But a node may have bud or may not have bud, but node will have a leaf or will be getting a leaf. That is the difference between node and axillary bud. Bud is a different structure, whereas node is a part of a stem. Okay, first, main function of a stem is to spread out branches. To spread, main function of the stem is to produce more branches and to spread leaf, and it spread the plant to larger area so that it can perform photosynthesis, so that leaf will get maximum exposure to sunlight. So main function of the stem is exposing the photosynthetic factories, exposing the leaf to the sunlight. So it spreads, it produces branches in such a way that it get a maximum sunlight. That is the one. And apart from that, that is the one. It transports water and minerals. It transports water and minerals. That is absorbed by whom? That is absorbed by root. It transports water and minerals to all part of the plant. It transports water and minerals to all part of the plant, and also it transports photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Synthetates, photosynthetates. What are photosynthetates? End product of photosynthesis is photosynthetates. End product of photosynthesis is photosynthetates. It transports substances, it transport water, transport minerals, and also transport photosynthetates. That means the substances that are produced in the leaf will be transported to different part of the plant. That is done by a stem. That is done by stem. Some plants performs additional functions like storage, protection, photosynthesis, storage, protection, support, and some stems are meant for vegetative propagation. Some stems are meant for vegetative propagation. Propagate karna, phailana, vegetatively to increase plants. Number of plants should be increased. Vegetative propagation. A stem of rose plant, you cut into 5 pieces. All the 5 pieces will grow into a new plants. So stem is helping to propagate, to increase the number of plants. These are the main functions of a stem. If you have any doubts in these 2 paragraphs, just say it. Sir, tell the definition of a bud. Sir, vegetative product, I did not. Okay. I'll take first bud. Okay. Bud is nothing but growing region. But we can say a growing region from where growth can take place, that is called as bud. A region from where the growth can take place, that is called as bud. We will have flower bud, a bud which is tender, bahut chota flower. The small flower is called as a flower bud. Once it blooms, it becomes flower. Before blooming, what we will say, that is a bud. So still growth is due. That due growth condition is called as buds. Okay, that is a one doubt. Another one is vegetative propagation. Now, if this plant I'll take is as rose plant. How many plants are there? Answer my question now. How many plants are there? One, the girl or a boy who asked vegetative propagation. Sir, vegetative propagation. How many plants I have drawn here? This plant. One plant. Okay, one plant. Now, this one plant I will cut into one piece. Here I am giving a cut. Here I gave a cut. Here I gave a cut. Now, how many parts of the plant is there? One part, two part, three parts. Three parts are there. Now, this part, the terminal part, I kept in soil. I kept in soil. So what will happen? This produces root and grows into a new plant. Here, I kept in soil. This produces a root and grows into a new plant. This produces a root and grows into. Now, one plant I have converted into how many plant? Three plant. Is flowers are produced here? No. Which part is involved? Vegetative part is involved. How many plants I have added? I have made. How many plants I have made? I have made three plants. How many propagules I got? Three propagules I got. I made, that is, I made one plant into three plant. Making a use of vegetative part or reproductive part? Vegetative part. So stem acts sometime as vegetative propagule or propagation. Helps in vegetative propagation. Hope I have cleared that. Abhi, भाई डब्बा मारो नको भाई. मैंग्रोव वेजिटेशन काई को अभी जरा सबर करो. मैंग्रोव्स अभी मैंने आपको मालूम है मैंग्रोव्स वेजिटेशन, मेरे को भी मालूम नहीं है, आपको मालूम है. आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू. जरा rhythmic way I'm completing and you are disturbing me by asking different unnecessary questions. Okay. Photosynthesis, the result of photosynthesis. Observe here, CO2 plus H2O gives C6H12O6 plus O2 plus H2O. So what is these substances are? These substances are a result of photosynthesis. Can I call it as photosynthesis? Yes, I can call it as photosynthesis because the product which I have received, the product which I have got is because of photosynthesis. That's why I am calling it as photosynthesis. Sir, why the stem is green first? Because it is having chlorophyll in that, Later it loses chlorophyll. 373, is it okay for you? Why the stem is green in color first? Okay, because it is young, it is having chlorophyll in that. Sir, what is axillary bud? The bud present between a leaf and the stem. In the axil of leaf and stem, that bud is called as axillary bud. Any other doubts? Sir, hold the other part of the plant like flowers, leaves and other. Okay. Sir, can you repeat terminal? The bud that is present in the tip present in the tip of a plant, present in the tip of a plant, that is called as terminal bud. The bud that is present in the tip of a plant is called as terminal bud. You are late into the class, I think. You are late into the class. That's why you are asking question and clarifying it. Is it I'm right? Sir, why the flower is not produced when the plant is divided into 3 plant is due to vegetative propagation. Flower बन सकता है भाई. Flower क्यों नहीं बन रहा है? Flower बन सकता है इसमें. But the part that is used for propagation to increase the number is vegetative part. Flower से बने तो बहुत सारे seeds मिल जाते हैं. हमारे को 1000 seeds मिलेंगे. 3 flower पे thousands of seeds मिल जाएंगे. It may be produced, but which part is used? Vegetative part. If flower is used to propagate, sexual propagation. If vegetative part is used, vegetative propagation. Eight to six. Is it okay for you? Terminal buds. Okay, stem modification. Modification. A permanent change. Same repetition. A permanent change occur in a stem to perform additional function is called as stem modification. A permanent change occurs to perform additional function. What are the main functions? We understood it. To spread the leaf, to produce a flower, to produce a fruit, to transport the minerals, and sometime for storage, for production. These things also we understood. So to perform additional function, apart from the main function, to perform additional function. Sir, explain about the root again in a short, please. मेरी recorded classes है, record class है, आप record class देख लीजिए. Root पूरा detail है. I was out due to some connection problem on that time. Recorded class है ना भाई, root, complete root is there. Okay, modification of a stem. To perform additional function, when stem undergoes some changes, that change is called as modified structure, and the phenomena is called as modification. The phenomena is called as modification. A permanent change occur to perform additional function in the stem modification, in the root modification, in the leaf modification. But we are talking about the stem. So the permanent change occur in the stem to perform additional function is called as stem modification. Stem modification. ओके, याद रखिए, यहां से नाम और प्लांट को आइडेंटिफाई करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहता. फर्स्ट, underground stem modification. Underground, the stem has become an underground part of the plant. Sir, You said yesterday that underground part is root, you are said. No, this is also stem. On what basis I am saying stem? Why I am saying stem? Can you answer? Underground part also I can say as a stem. On what basis I can say as a stem? On what basis I can say as a stem? Presence of nodes and internodes. If the plant part, even though that is underground, is having nodes and internode, then we can say it as a stem. Underground part, 5 plants are there. Potato. Underground part, that is potato. A potato. Potato देख के है क्या? देख के है. Okay. Potato, ginger, potato, ginger, potato, ginger, turmeric, turmeric, potato, ginger, turmeric, zameen khand, potato, turmeric, ginger, turmeric and zameen khand. ये क्या बोल रहे हैं सर? जमीन खंड, huge structure. It is available in a market. Amorphophallus it is also called as. And again another one is colocasia. 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 These colocasia is arvi. Arvi आप सब देख के है arvi. These 5 are potato. First one is potato. First one is potato. Sir, potato will have nodes and internodes? Yes, potato will have nodes and internodes. You might have observed the eye-like structure on a potato. That eye-like structures are nothing but nodes. Eye-like structures are nothing but nodes. Can anyone name the name, a scientific name of potato? Scientific name of potato? Already living world we have completed. Scientific name of potato? जल्दी बताइए. अरे बीटरूट, कैरेट, अरे कैरेट को Solanum tuberosum. Solanum tuberosum is potato. Solanum tuberosum is potato. Is it a stem or a root? It is a stem. On what basis I am saying stem? Because eye-like structure, what we will observe, that are nodes. No. Next one is ginger. Next one is ginger. Scientific name is Zingiber officinalis. Scientific name is Zingiber officinalis. Ginger. Scientific name is Zingiber officinalis. It also, you observe, it will also have nodes and internodes. You take today itself in your home, it is there. Ginger. It will have nodes and internodes. That is covered by leaves, that is scale leaves, but leaves are modified into scale leaves. Then later we will come across. But will have nodes and internode, and it is horizontally growing underground stem. It is also called as rhizome. Rhizome. It is also called as rhizome. Telugu Academy it is there. Rhizome, horizontally growing underground stem is called as rhizome. Whereas it is a stem tuber. Stem tuber. Potato is tuber. Potato is tuber. Stem tuber, rhizome, that is ginger, and also turmeric. Turmeric. Also turmeric, ginger, turmeric, both are horizontally growing stem, then both are rhizome. What is rhizome? Rhizome is underground horizontally growing stem is called as rhizome. Tuber, that is potato, that is solen structure, that is underground solen stem is called as tuber. Now, vertically growing stem, it is called as calm. That is called as calm, zameen kand, as well as collocatia, zameen kand and collocatia. Zameen kand and collocatia is vertically growing stem, vertically growing underground stem. These are all 5 underground stems are there, 5 underground. What are the 5 underground stem? Potato, ginger, turmeric, zameen kand and collocatia. Potato, ginger, turmeric, zameen kand and collocatia. Potato, ginger, turmeric, zameen kand and collocatia. This collocatia will also have nodes and internodes, and this zameen kand also will have nodes and internodes. So all these 5 are underground stem modified structure. Stem is modified into underground structures, underground stem modification. Okay, underground stem modification. How many examples are there? 5 examples are there. What are that 5 examples? That is potato, that is also tuber, ginger, rhizome, turmeric, rhizome, that is zameen kand, calm, collocatia, calm, zameen kand also calm, and collocatia is also calm. What is the difference between calm and rhizome? Calm is a vertically growing stem and rhizome is horizontally growing stem. Okay, this is about underground stem. Now, aerial stem modification. Now, this is one plant, one stem I am drawing. Now, here, the girl who did not understand about bud, here one bud will be there. What is that bud is called as? Kya bolte ho bud? Bud ko kya bolte? Observe the position of a bud. Observe the position of a bud. What is that bud is called as? भाई स्वीट पोटैटो बच्चों क्यों कंफ्यूज हो रहा है? स्वीट पोटैटो आल्सो लाइक अ पोटैटो. स्वीट पोटैटो इज अ रूट, whereas potato is a stem. Sweet potato is a root, that is adventitious root. Ipomoea batatas, that is a sweet potato name. Name of a sweet potato is Ipomoea batatas, whereas potato name is Solanum tuberosum. Sweet potato is a root and potato is a stem. Confused ho raha hai? I am saying you are getting confused. So what is this bud is called as? What is the bud is called as? Axillary bud. What is the bud is called as? Axillary bud. This is one plant I drew. Okay. Here one bud is there. What is the bud is called as? What is that bird is called as? What is that bird is called as? Terminal bud. This second one, first one is axillary bud, second one is terminal bud. First one is axillary bud, second one is terminal bud. Okay. Now observe here. Buds are meant to grow something. Here, growth of a flower is not taking place. Growth of a branch is not taking place. But in some plants, this axillary bud transform or grow into sensitive, wiry structure. Sensitive, wiry structure. Sensitive, wiry structure. That is called as tendril. That is called as tendril. That is called as tendril. What is tendril? Tendril is sensitive, wiry structure. Okay, sir. Kaiku banta hai. Why the plant is producing this sensitive, wiry tendril? This sensitive, wiry structure is tendril is produced to climb, to support, take the support of a plant, to support, take the support of a branches. Usually climbers will have this wiry structure. As soon as any support, if this tendril comes in contact, what it forms, it takes a coil around that part and help the plant to remain erect. So tendril is a supportive structure for climbing or for hitting. It is for climbing. So which plants will produce this a wiry structure? These plants usually produce is gourds. What are these gourds, sir? What is this gourds? Bitter gourd, Karela. All the members which comes under bitter gourd, snake gourd, many gourds are there. Important plant is cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon, cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon. Observe here, cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon. Axillary bud is modified into tendril in cucumber. Which bud is modified into tendril? Axillary bud is modified into tendril in pumpkin. Which bud is modified into tendril? Axillary bud is modified into tendril in watermelon. Which bud is modified into tendril? Axillary bud is modified into tendril. Grapevine. 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 Which bud is modified into tendril? Terminal bud is modified into tendril. So in Telugu, in previously many examples were there, but now it has been reduced. Only 4 examples for tendril. What are the 4 examples? Cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon. Cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon. And one terminal bud, that is grapevine. That is terminal bud, grapevine. Grape ka climber. Okay? Now, next. What is tendril? Is it clear? 2 modification complete कर दिया मैं. भाई आप नाउअडेज करके बोले तो क्या है भाई, आप बाहर जाके आप प्लांट में देखिए, आपको ये टेंड्रिल मिल जाते हैं, आपको वायरी स्ट्रक्चर मिल जाते हैं प्लांट में. अब मॉडिफिकेशन हो रहा है, क्या बोल रहा है, अब मॉडिफिकेशन है क्या करके. मैं आई डिडंट गेट द क्वेश्चन, सर व्हाट काइंड ऑफ अ मॉडिफिकेशन कम इन अ प्लांट नाउअडेज. Also say some examples of them, please. I didn't get it. The bottle gourd as a kaddu is also there is a right, sir. Yes, bottle gourd, all the gourds. I didn't get 371. Respond to my question. Your question is what kind of a modification come in a plant nowadays? Nowadays, up. Also say some example of them. Nowadays, I didn't get the question. मेरे को repeat करिए, sir. I did not get gourds. और भाई कद्दू देख के है, pumpkin देख के है. That are all the fruits that are bitter gourd, snake gourd. थोड़ा जाना भाई मार्केट को भी तरकारी के, आपको gourds मालूम हो जाते. Green gourd. I'm waiting for 371. What is the question? मेरे को थोड़ा सही क्वेश्चन फ्रेम करके भेजिए बेटे. I'm waiting for you. 1 minute नहीं, 3 मिनट वेट करता हूँ. Sir, what kind of a modification come in a plant nowadays? Also say some example of them, please. मेरे को क्वेश्चन समझ में नहीं आया. I'm waiting. Yes, in all God's seeds are present inside. Sir, I want to say that modification in plant means changes in the plant. Yes, changes. Nowadays कर को क्या भाई मेरे को वो question बोलिए भाई मेरे को. Sir, I want to say that modification in plant means changes in a plant. That is, I already said many statement, many and revised. Permanent change occur in a plant to show, to perform additional function is called as modification. लेकिन nowadays क्या आया? अब फिलहाल अब modification हो रहा बोल के बोल रहा है क्या? Plant को सामने बैठ के देखेंगे क्या? अरे modification हो रहा बोल के changes in a plant from before or now. Before or now तो डार्विन के जमाने से होते आ रहा है या अब रिसेंटली 5-6 महीने पहले हुए करके पूछ रहे क्या आप? दिस इज व्हाट यू वांट टू से, यू वांट टू आस्क, इज इट फ्रॉम पास्ट 6 months or is it from Darwin time, olden days? These are the modification. Plant have taken thousands of years to bring this modification. It is not now that has taken place. 5 महीने में नया सीड डाले, नए सीड में एकदम टेंड्रिल आ गया. It has not taken place. कैरेट आपका नहीं है, जमाने से है. 1400 साल पहले से भी कैरेट है, राइट? उससे पहले से भी कैरेट है, राइट? It has taken millions of years to bring this modification. So only one group I am following. I'll go to another group. Sir, tendril example. Repeat, please. Sir, what is grapevine? It is also a gourd. No, grapevine gourd नहीं है. Grapevine is a अंगूर की grapes. Watermelon, cucumber, and pumpkin. Cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon. Cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon. Axillary bud is modified into tendril. See the place from where this tendril is coming. It is coming from axil of leaf. See the tendril that is arising. It is not from axil. It is from the terminal bud. Okay. Okay. Now next. This is for climbing purpose. Okay. Now protection purpose. Protection. In case of bougainvillea, in case of bougainvillea, in case of bougainvillea and citrus two plants. Citrus, all plant that produce a citrus fruits are called as citrus plants. Sweet lemon, orange, these are all citrus fruit. The fruit that will possess or that will have citric acid are called as citrus fruit. And all plant that produce a citrus, and as well as bougainvillea, another plant. Here observe, this is as a leaf. Now what type of a bud you will observe here? Axillary bud. In case of gourds and grapevine, in case of gourds, that is pumpkin, cucumber, watermelon, it modified axillary bud modified into tendril. But here axillary bud is modified into sharp pointed, hard, sharp pointed structure. Hard, sharp pointed structure. ये क्या है भाई? Pointed structure. Whenever you try to touch the plant, it get pierced. In Urdu, that is, they will say kata or something. Like a needle. This needle-like structures are called as thorn. This needle-like structures are called as thorns. So, which bird is modified into thorn in bougainvillea and citrus? That is axillary bud is modified into, that is thorns in bougainvillea and citrus. In cucumber, axillary bud is modified into what? In cucumber, axillary bud is modified into tendril. In bougainvillea, axillary bud is modified into what? Axillary bud is modified into thorns. Okay. Next, photosynthetic step. In some plants, that usually grow in arid area, that is xeric area, the condition where the water availability is less. Water availability is less. At that place, they will lose all the leaves. The plant will not have leaves. So when leaf is not there, then who will perform photosynthesis? There is no structure to perform photosynthesis. So at that time, the stem itself will take the part, or the stem will take the duty of performing photosynthesis. Photosynthetic stem, the stem in some cases, the stem will take the function of photosynthesis. Function of photosynthesis. You might have seen these plants in many desert areas. Now in Hyderabad also it is many places it is there. So these plants are nothing but, these stems are nothing but photosynthetic stems. That is, the name of a plant is opentia. 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 The stem here have become flat. The stem here have become flat. Photosynthetic structure. The stem here have become flat. Photosynthetic structure in case of opentia. In case of another plant, euphorbia. In case of another plant, euphorbia. In case of another plant, that is euphorbia, the stem will not become flat, but stem will become a cylindrical structure. The stem will become cylindrical structure. You might have seen, usually we will study in cacti. These plants we will study in cacti, cactus. These plants, these are now, stem has taken a function of photosynthesis. Why stem has taken a photosynthesis? Because all the leaves have been modified. The later the leaf modification also will come. This pointed structures that we will observe is nothing but modified leaves. That pointed structure is nothing but modified leaves. These are called as spine. These are called as spine. Sir, what is the difference between spine and thorn? Thorn is a stem modification. Spine is a leaf modification. Thorn is a stem modification. Axillary bud is modified into a pointed structure, that is thorn. If leaf is modified into pointed structure, then it is called as spine. In which plant spines are observed? Spines are observed in opentia and euphorbia. Opentia and euphorbia. What is the opentia and euphorbia? Opentia and euphorbia are photosynthetic stem. Euphorbia and opentia are photosynthetic stem that are also called as phylloclade. Phylloclade. याद रखिए, some competitive exam it is given. If stem is complete, stem is modified into photosynthetic structure, that modification is called as phylloclade. Phylloclade. What is phylloclade? A complete stem is modified into photosynthetic structure. How many modification we have completed? 4 modification we have completed. What is the first modification? Underground stem. What are the example? 5 example. First example is, what are the 5 example? First example was potato. Second one example was ginger. Third one example is turmeric. Fourth example is zameen kand. Fifth example is colocasia. That is underground. Tendril. How many example? 4 example. What are that 4 example? That is, first one is cucumber. Second one is pumpkin. Third one is third one is watermelon. And fourth example is grapevine. Third modification is thorns. What are the example? Thorns. 2 example, bougainvillea and citrus. Bougainvillea and citrus. And fourth modification is phylloclade. Fourth modification is phylloclade. Fourth modification is phylloclade. What is a phylloclade? Here, a phylloclade is a modification of a stem where the stem becomes complete photosynthetic. The stem completely becomes photosynthetic. That is phylloclade. Examples 2 are there. What are the 2 examples? Opentia and euphorbia. Opentia and euphorbia. ओके, एनी डाउट्स? अब इसके बाद जो आने वाले हैं और भी जरा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. एलोवेरा, रोज, कैक्टस आर आल्सो एग्जांपल. ना सर, भाई जरा जरा सबर करिए. कैक्टस है, एलोवेरा विल नॉट कम इन दिस. रोज कहां से आएगा भाई? रोज इज नॉट अ फोटोसिंथेटिक स्टेम. फ्लैट स्ट्रक्चर कॉमन. कैक्टाई इट इज ओके. आल्सो एग्जांपल 9. एलोवेरा नो, नॉट एलोवेरा. एलोवेरा में स्टेम इज नॉट देयर. लीफ इज मॉडिफाइड. लीफ इज मॉडिफाइड. Rose में stem remain becomes, but rose will have leaves. That is not phylloclade. Cactus we can say it. Cactus we can say it. बोगेनविला खुद एक एग्जाम्पल है भाई. बोगेनविला का एग्जाम्पल दीजिए बोले तो. बहुत ब्यूटीफुल फ्लावर्स बनते हैं बोगेनविला. ओके, अब थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. खत्म करेंगे स्टेम आज इंशाल्लाह. Now, grasses. Those who have visited park, they know it. Grasses. You might have observed that grasses, there is a bunch of fruit and it will have leaves, and this bunch of fruit will have one branch, again that will have some roots, again leaves, again it will have stem and roots. Okay, if this part dies, ये अगर मर गया, what will happen to the plant? It will not die. Plant completely will not die. It may produce more branches. It may produce more branches. It may produce more branches. As the time proceeds, it spreads to new areas. New areas. That new area is called as niche. Niche. New area is called as niche. New area is called as niche. Okay, in grasses and strawberry, in grasses and strawberry, yaad rakhiye, in grasses and strawberry, the growth is in such a way that if older part dies, the younger part will continue to grow, and because of that it will reach us to new areas. It reaches to new areas. Now observe that here it started, its birth of this grass took place here. A strawberry took place. It is in this area. Now this is in second area. Now this part dies. Now plant have shifted its location from first area to second area. Now this plant has produced another branch. This is now another area, third area. This plant also dies. What will happen? It has reached to another area, third area. It is moving slowly. It is moving slowly from, or it is moving faster from one area to other area because of this modification. This modification is called as runner. This modification is called as runner. Runner is a modification where the stem produces many branches, and all the branches will have nodes, and all these nodes will have root and leaf. When older part of the plant dies, if mother plant dies, the daughter colonies or daughter plant continue to survive, or may continue. The same plant's life is continued and reach to new areas. This is a one modification that is called as runner. Runner is observed in which plant? Grasses and strawberry. Runner is observed in which plant? Grasses and strawberry. Okay, now another one. Is it clear? Runner, आपको clear हो गया क्या? Runner. बहुत confusing questions आते हैं. Runner, browsing animals. Allah Akbar. Browsing animals. So the stem is underground in grasses and stuff. It is not completely underground. It is not completely aerial. Subaerial. Browsing animals. घास पत्ता खाने वाले animals को browsing animals बोलते हैं. Protection from browsing animals. Okay, one very good question. Alhamdulillah, I missed it. I'll come back to that. I'll come back again. I have folded that. Okay, now next. Before I proceed, potato. Ginger. Turmeric. Zameen Khand and collocation. Okay, collocation. These are underground stem modification. First, these organ stored food material and also act as organ of perennation. They also act as organ of perennation. They also act as organ of perennation. Organ of perennation. What is organ of perennation? Suddenly water is not there, zameen puri sukh gayi, growth is not possible. Agar stem hum upar ki taraf aaya, stem if it has come above the ground, it will dry up and it will burn itself. अगर ऊपर सॉइल के ऊपर आ, अगर वही स्टेम जमीन के अंदर रखे, थोड़ा मॉइस्चर रहता है, it may not grow, but it can survive and it can wait for a favorable condition. It can wait for favorable. Potato, एक महीना डेढ़ महीना आप आराम से घर में रखे तो कुछ भी नहीं होता, मरता नहीं. फिर अगर potato is sown in a soil, it starts growing. Ginger, again sown in a soil, starts growing. Organ of perennation, that is the organ which keeps the plant alive under unfavorable condition is called as organ of perennation. The organ that keeps an organism alive under unfavorable condition, that is called as organ of perennation. This one point I missed it. I'm sorry. Okay. So stem is underground in a grass or strawberry. Stem is not completely underground. The stem is not completely above the ground. Subaerial. Niche means area, new fertile area. It moves to new places, mother plant will die. So because of death of a mother plant produces new plant. Yes, that also we can understand, that also. Okay, now next, runner is over. Now stolen. Next modification is stolen. In case of mint and jasmine, in case of mint and jasmine, mint, pudina, jasmine, flowers, jasmine flower, mint and jasmine, in two plants, I am to say, observe here. This is a one plant. It is having leaves. Okay, this is one plant. Some branches, a very important point, observe. Some lateral branches or some branches arises from the stem, that some branches arises from the stem, and these branches, very important point, these branches grow vertically upward, and after growing upward for short period, it arches down, and touch the ground and produces a new roots and becomes a new plant, If you cut this arched plant, arched branch, what will happen? This will grow into a new plant. This type of modification is called as stolen. This is called as stolen. Runner is subaerial modification. This stolen is also subaerial modification, not completely above the ground, not completely deep into the ground, but it's subaerial. Second modification in subaerial modification. I am talking about stolen. One is runner, second one is stolen, one is runner. Runner example is grasses and strawberry. Stolen example is mint and jasmine. Now, in some plants, stolen, remember this word. In NCERT it is not given. Stolen. In some plants, like pistia and eichhornia, pistia and eichhornia, two plants, pistia and eichhornia. A stem is highly reduced and produces a rosette of leaf, cluster of leaf from one point, rosette of leaf. It is an hydrophyte. Hydrophyte. It produces only one branch. In stolen, many branches can be produced, but in pistia and eichhornia, at a time it produces one branch, and that one branch also will have only length of one internode, achy internode. Here many leaves are there in this branch. How many nodes are there? Many internodes and nodes are there. But here how many internode is there? One internode and one node. And it produces roots that grows into the water, and if that breaks, what will happen? This plant grows into a new plant. This modification is called as offset. Runner, stolen and offset. Runner, what is the example? Runner, grasses and strawberry. Stolen, mint and jasmine. And offset, pistia and eichhornia. What is the difference between offset and stolen? stolon will have a branch that will have many nodes and internodes, and that grows slightly vertically upward, then arches down. Whereas in case of pistia and eichhornia, that is an hydrophyte, the growth of a branch is horizontal, and it will have one node and one internode. One node and one node and one internode. That is offset. The last modification, that is sucker. That last modification, that is sucker. Three plant name is given: banana, pineapple, chrysanthemum. Banana, pineapple, chrysanthemum. Banana, pineapple, and chrysanthemum. I'll take as a banana plant. Okay, banana. Observe here. We feel this is a stem, whereas in banana plant, some part of a stem is underground. Some part of the stem is underground. And that underground plant also grow vertically, horizontally towards other sides. Towards it spreads. And wherever it comes in contact with the soil, it produces a baby plant. It produces a baby plant. This type of adaptation is called as suckers. Now, sir, in banana, pineapple, and chrysanthemum, rhizomatous, the stem is growing horizontally under the ground, not deep into the ground, but slightly under the ground. And what is the difference between stolon and sucker, sir? Stolon, the first branch grows vertically upward, then arches down. But here the branch is not growing vertically upward, but it is growing horizontally down itself under the ground, suddenly emerging upward. That is the difference between stolon and sucker. याद रखिए, बहुत सारे बच्चे stolon, runner, stolon, offset, sucker के examples में खिचड़ी बना लेते. Runner, what is the example? Grasses and strawberry. Stolon, what is the example? Mint and jasmine. And that is offset, what is the example? Pistia and eichhornia. And in sucker, what is the example? Banana, pineapple, and chrysanthemum. Banana, pineapple, and chrysanthemum. This ends the modification of root. Sir, if it moves to a new places, mother plant will die, or because of the death of a mother, it may continue to grow or it may die. That is not one branch that is arising. Branch of the stem is arising. Mother plant का कुछ भी उसमें tension नहीं है भाई. Mother plant may remain, continue to grow, and another branch also will continue to grow. Another branch also, bunch of plants will arise. Any other doubts? Why I am saying competitive exam books in NCERT names are not given. Runner देखे नहीं है, stolon देखे नहीं है, offset नाम देखे नहीं है, sucker देखे नहीं है. Like in all the things I have given. In case of competitive exam, suddenly they will ask as a runner के पूरे characters याद रखना, sucker के characters कैसा रहता है, stolan के characters, पूरे characters याद रख के रहना, तभी हो सकता है. Characters and examples. Any other doubts, dear? Yes, sir. Names are not given. In Telugu Academy, it has given. In Telugu Academy, it is given. So I have covered both. Telugu Academy में और ज़्यादा information है. Zameen Kand, Zameen Amorphophallus name is given. Ginger, Zingiber officinalis is given. Turmeric, that is name, botanical name is, all the names are given. But don't run behind that. You just follow NCERT for neat purpose. जब बोर्ड एग्जाम का वक्त आएगा, मैं क्या क्या याद करना है आपके लेक्चरर्स आपको बता देंगे. बोर्ड एग्जाम के लिए तैयारी करना. नीट के लिए whatever is taught, that you just try to understand that and try to remember it for NEET examination. Sir, total 8 modification. Alhamdulillah, 8 modification में पूरे explain कर दे क्या हूँ. Girls, any doubts are there? बच्चों, एक चीज याद रखो, अगर आप लोग डॉक्टर बनना है तो मिनिमम आपके स्टडीज मिनिमम 10 hours with the books, 10 hours with the books. बाकी के 10 hours में से बाकी के जो 14 hours है उसमें खाना पीना रहना खेलना सब कर लो, लेकिन 10 hours dedicatedly with the books, then only you can do something miracle. Otherwise it is not. बार बार same topic बैठ के clearly you have to read it, not just to read. मैं पढ़ लेता हूं, मैं पढ़ दिया तो बस. पढ़ने के लिए नहीं पढ़ना है, समझने के लिए पढ़ना है. Just to read, don't read it. To understand, read it. Then only the things will go right. Otherwise it is very difficult. Bit solve करिए sir. Weekend exam is based on NCERT or Telugu Academy. Weekend exams, botany exclusively NCERT. You are appearing for NEET or MCET? पहले वो बताइए. Girls में 6, NEET or MCET? 120 last number. नीट तो एनसीईआरटी है भाई, नीट तो एनसीईआरटी. तेलुगु एकेडमी बोर्ड एग्जाम के टाइम पे हम देखेंगे लास्ट में वो क्या आता है. व्हाट अबाउट ऑफलाइन क्लासेस? यू टॉक टू कॉलेज एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव डिपार्टमेंट, नॉट टू मी. Any other doubts? Should we wind up? Okay, Assalamu alaikum.